guys, Dana Brandel Branding, digital branding solution, digital sales solution. Gonna go over some open call closing, also known as the pitch on the fly or pigeon hunting, back where I come from, but closing on an open call or the first call. So I'm gonna give you everything you need to do this on almost every call you get to here. So, hey guys, real quick, just interrupting the open call closing, just to let you know. If you're not already part of the virtual team of sales closers or the digital sales solution, I do have a private sales Facebook page where I do one-on-ones, go over objections. I even go as far as to help people pitch their own clients, open calls, training, all that fun stuff. It is subscription based. It's a $10 a month, but if you'd like to kind of get to know me a little bit and talk about the page, I'm offering everybody watching this video a free 15 minutes of objection handling training. All you do is click the link in the description. It'll take you here. Set up your time with me, and we'll go over a one-on-one for 15 minutes. Bring your biggest sales objection that you're having, or where you're having the most trouble. I'll take a look into what you're doing, and I'll see if I can't bring you a solution to the table. We'll get right into it. The one thing to remember is, regardless of what you're doing, whether SEO, PPC, websites, digital services, local ranking, you name it, you sell one thing, and every business needs that, and that's a solution or solutions. Every company's got problems. Every company's got some kind of digital problem, whether they realize it or not. When you can connect the dots and make that client realize or show them the value in the solution that you're bringing to the table, you'll close every time. If you're just out there selling a product and pushing the product like an SEO package as hard as you can, and it's not a solution to their problems, they're never going to see the value and they're never going to close. But we're not talking about fully closing deals today. I want to talk about open call closing. This will help you close. A little bit about myself. I currently hold almost 1,000 3-pack Google Map ranked keywords, most of which are for my lead generation or rank and rents. With my lead generation or rank and rent, I do it a little bit differently. I actually have the calls come straight to me or my team that I have trained, and we personally answer and pitch them. We then sell appointments, not leads. Last 2 months here, I personally pitched 3,987 calls, resulting in about a 93% close rate and 25% or 25K in commission straight to my pocket. So that's one way I try and always stay sharp. They weren't digital products, but they're different sales services, different product leads that way, but they're coming in and they're asking to be sold. I was a top producer org-wide at Yelp for 2.5 out of the 3 years there, and closed just shy of $1 million before I left the company. I did both inbound and outbound, helped do multiple pilots while working at that company, but that's another big digital sales product there. So I've also been through countless sales trainings with some of the country's top sales orgs, and have sold and closed about every form of advertising, from coupon books, radio, TV back when they worked, all the way up to websites, SEO, PPC, and a ton of ads as far as Yelp goes. But my main love is my SEO company, but I work strictly with attorneys. I work with very few clients. I actually kind of get to pick and choose, and I actually sell and increase them on every single month of the year. So that's what I do with SEO. But like I said, my biggest thing is creating sales funnels and closing deals. Fun fact about myself, I actually closed my first deal at 9 years old and have not gone a single month without a commission since. So I'll basically close literally any man from any land, any niche that we can pitch for any amount that I can count, is what we like to say. Another thing here with this video, if you're watching it and if you're in the group, I'm at your disposal 24/7. I'm always a student of the sales game, so if you think you have some tips that can be done better here, feel free to incorporate them and help me, help the people that are watching this, all kinds of things like that. But I'm always available for one-on-one working too. So if you have this video and you're watching it, literally reach out, text, Facebook, Messenger, and I will answer you and help you. Okay, closing on an open call. How do you do it? What do you sell? First thing you have to do is change your mindset, and you'll change your revenue. Plain and simple. I close on every open call. But the trick and tip is that you are not selling your product, your packages, your SEO solutions, let's say to these HVAC companies, if you work specifically with HVAC. The goal on this first open call, or this pitch on the fly call, is to close an appointment where the DM can be sitting in front of a computer. You have them in your own game, in your own playing field, and can close a deal that way. But before you can get them there and ensure that you're going to close a huge package to the right company, you need to sell the appointment. You need to sell your time. You need to sell the solution. And you need to figure out if you have a solution and bring value. So never sell the product on the first call. Even if they're begging to be pitched right then, build some urgency, get them excited, make yourself the last thing they think about before they go to bed that night. That way, when they hit that appointment, they've been thinking about it, they're stoked, they'll have some questions, you'll have all your homework, you'll have got everything you needed from them. But on a cold call, we are selling the value of our time and going to that appointment. Okay? Again, open call closing. Close yourself. Close the value of your time and close an appointment. That way you can close more deals. Once you change your mindset, again, and you know that you're going into the call to close an appointment, not necessarily pitch or puke a product all over somebody on the first call, the conversations become way laxer. You build more rapport, and you can honestly qualify somebody a lot better. I mean, you don't want to waste your time pitching companies that either don't need you or, they just don't meet the criteria for what you're looking for. So we set the appointment and we're able to choose the battlefield. What we're wanting to do is get them in front of a computer where we get to actually show them our results, our slides. We get to use the call while we're setting up the appointment to gather info on them and their competitors and make informed suggestions on that call. But we put them into the mode to be sold. My biggest thing is that when I'm walking into an actual appointment or closing appointment, whether I'm talking to a board of directors, whether I'm talking to a business owner, a group of attorneys, I know that when I walked in that room, I created the entire board that they're sitting on. I not only created the board, but I created all the pieces to the game. I have everything laid out. I have the ability for their objections to actually come out in the order that I want them to build up the suspense and close the deal. So again, we put them in the mood to be sold. We pick the playing field. And again, if you're closing appointments and you're selling appointments and selling yourself, you're closing a deal same day every single time. So how to set the appointment. This is going to be the biggest thing is we bring value. So the open call is what we're talking about here. What you need to do before the call, and this is an absolute must. I'll actually create a call list. I'll put a link to the one thing that I found that's awesome, that I really love about their either online marketing, about their website, about their Yelp page, about their Facebook, their social presence. Find something that makes them unique and they're proud of. Then you're also going to find one pain point. You're going to find one thing that's just, hand on the top, palm on the top of your head, just a dope. They shouldn't have that, and you need to be set up to actually make them feel the pain of why that's wrong. Okay? Then when you have those two things out, you're able to pitch the value of a 20-minute meeting where they can learn what others have seen as far as results from you. They can learn how you can better the awesome thing that you found or make it work to actually fix the pain point that you found. You're bringing a solution and you're bringing value. The open call needs to be literally setting the appointment and bringing value. Again, sell the appointment, not the product. Remember that. Write it down on a sticky note, put it on your computer in front of you or on your phone. Because once they're in our ring, we control the fight every time. Okay, so the products we sell break down. Some of you sell SEO, digital solutions, web design, search engine optimization, PPC, social media, backlinks, leads. Again, I can't stress this anymore. No. Open call is we sell the value of our time and the solution to their digital problems. While we sell out our time, our 15-minute appointment, we're able to collect all the details through questions on what we need to close the deal during the scheduled pitch. So the big thing, I have 5 things that I walk away from every open call with. And if I have all 5 of these, I know 1, I can close the deal. 2, the open call is successful. So we need a budget, a current ad spend, the DMs, the current need, and if they're going to be in front of a computer. Now, in order to get this information subtly throughout the open call, you got to actually put it into pain questions or get the conversation going. I mean, speaking questions and then let them talk. Let them continue to talk, continue to ask questions until half the time I make it to where they'll hang up on me. But let's say that you're looking for a current ad spend. You know that they're advertising, let's say with AdWords, and it's an HVAC company. You've been talking to them for a few minutes, and you say, hey, listen, I saw that you're running an AdWords campaign. How do you feel about that program right now? What's working for you? What's not? Is it something that's actually bringing in clients? Let them talk. You can then come in with a little bit more of a pain point of a question. Because if you saw that their AdWords wasn't getting the right clicks, or they're coming up under bad keywords, or they're not targeting the right keywords, you can then follow up question. I said, usually in the HVAC industry for AdWords, to be effective, most HVAC companies are spending about $3,000 a month. That could be the reason you're not seeing a ton of return. Another example, and kind of one way that I'll sometimes cold call and build a list, and this can actually help you practice getting all the different things. And it's a good example of a way to come in with a pain point and something awesome about their business. One thing that I'll do is, let's say that we're working with HVAC companies. So I'll go to Google, and let's say that we're talking about Phoenix, Arizona. I'll type in air conditioning repair, Phoenix, Arizona. You'll go ahead and pull up the Google map listings and push show more. And what I'll do is I'll start with the person that's number 4. Chances are they have some pictures there. They have some reviews. They're probably sitting there scratching their head of how in the world they are not sitting at number 3, or how to get to that place, which is one product that we actually sell, or a solution that we can bring. And you can dial down all these different companies all the way down to somebody that hasn't even claimed their business yet. And the pain point and awesome can come in combinations with those. So an example is, I'll call and start the conversation out. Hey, Bob, I actually am calling because I saw your Google Maps listing has a ton of reviews from real clients on there. It's pretty convincing as far as getting people to pick you. Have you seen it? Or do you agree? Again, we'll get a yes or we'll get a no, haven't seen it, depending on the actual client. There's a couple different scenarios that can come out of there. But what we do is we bring a follow-up with the pain point. One of the things that I saw about your Google Map listings is currently you're sitting at number 4 for air conditioning Phoenix, which had 3,000 searches last month. Most people aren't actually clicking the show more. They're calling the first 3 businesses. And if they've got a good closing team, I mean, they're soaking up that business. It's got to be pretty frustrating to be sitting at number 4, right, Bob? Or we do the same thing with the person that is doesn't have the business claim. And you can ask the pain point real bluntly. Say, I saw that you guys don't have your Google Maps listing claimed, even though you've got these 20 plus reviews on there. Do you not think Google brings people business? Do you not care to respond to these clients that took the time out of their day to leave you a feedback? Word of mouth's everything for you, right? So kind of drop it in those ways, get them talking. But once that happens and they get it out and realize it, you can start talking to them a little more. I'm seeing that you haven't even claimed this thing. I'm guessing you're not doing any other types of digital marketing, or are you? Do you have any kind of a budget that you've been thinking about putting aside to get something like this fixed up and get your online presence fixed up? You build up the questions and keep going in and digging in. But out of all these questions, budget, if you don't get enough time on the conversation to get it, it's one thing. Ad spend, you want to get just because you want to know what they're doing online. But the must have is that DMs, the need, and if they're going to be in front of a computer. So one of the biggest things that I'll always do on every single call is I'm going to let them know at the end, we've already gone through it all. We've sold the time. They've agreed to the appointment. I'll go ahead and confirm a few things, but I'll ask the questions of the DMs in the confirmation. So I'll say something along the lines of, Bob, usually when it comes to business decisions, I actually run it by one of my partners. He's not really a business partner, but I call him a partner because we do joint ventures together. Do you have anybody that you bounce ideas off of business-wise or something like this, or anybody else that needs to be involved in the closing process or getting started? It can go, you can keep questioning him in just to make sure. Do you have a wife or something along those lines that you're going to have to run something by, or that they should see something like this as well? So the big thing is to get them to say who that person is, and then go ahead and get them to be in the conference call as well, and create them an appointment link. Say, okay, Bob, perfect. I'll have you and Mike there ready to go. I need to make sure you guys are in front of a computer because I'm going to show you some slides of what some of the competitors are doing, and exactly how we can come in here and help you. How's that sound? So remember, open call. Don't ever sell a product. We're selling an appointment. Once we get those 5 things, though, if you're able to get all 5 on the call, we'll go over those 5 again: budget, ad spend, DMs, need, and make sure they're in front of a computer. You have everything you need to close a deal and to close it at the highest package possible. So again, we follow up with the vocal follow-up and expectation setting. So I kind of already went over that, but just let them know at the end of this call, if I can actually show you that I can fix your problem, that I'm bringing a solution to the table that's going to provide you guys with value. I am going to ask for your business again if I can show you this. Is that something that you're ready to pull the trigger for, or able to pull the trigger on this call? Get it out right away and find out, and let them know that one, set expectations that you are going to ask for their business, and makes it a lot less difficult to actually ask for it. They could be sitting there, it'll get them ready and in the buying mood. And a lot of times they'll have their credit card ready because they know that if you've done everything right on the open call, they know they're going to work with you. So the big thing to remember too on open calls, and this is going to be the biggest thing for every industry, especially HVAC, is customers are always going to be objecting. Whether you get the DM on the phone, whether you get a gatekeeper on the phone, an assistant, a partner, they're objecting. Once in a blue moon, you'll get one of those calls where the client has a credit card, they've been waiting for you, but it's kind of a dream there. 99% of the time when the DM answers the phone, they have a million things going on from rent to payroll, and I guarantee you're the last person they want to hear from. That's why this works so well. The fact that you're probably the 8th sales call this morning does not help you. So everything the DM is throwing at you in order for you to sell the appointment, look at it as an objection against your time. Because it's all a smokescreen. It's all just to get you off the phone and move on with their day. So be upfront, act as if you're just as busy as them, but bring those pain points and bring those awesome points, get them talking about themselves. And once they realize that you're not trying to sell them on a call, and this isn't a sales call, this is a conversation that's going to book them into a sales call, your closing rate goes through the roof. Just remember, none of the first objections on the open call are real. They are smoke screens, but you're not selling anything but your time. So somebody tells you they don't have time, just remember you don't really have the time for them either, and let them know that. Say, I know you're busy, Bob. I'm busy as well over here. I'm actually reaching out as a service to you. I'm not trying to sell anything here today, but I actually saw that your Google Map listing is X. Bring your pain point. All right, guys. So last thing I'm going to do here is we're going to do a quick role play. I've got my amazing girlfriend Mandy here, who is going to play a gatekeeper for an HVAC company. And I just want to give you a couple opening lines and ways to come into the call to really break the ice and kind of get past that essential block up that you might be having on getting the appointment. The big thing, though, again, I can't stress it enough, is don't sell the product. You're trying to sell yourself and your time. And I mean, anybody can do that if you believe in your product and yourself enough. So we're going to kind of come in real quick to just a call. She really doesn't want me on the phone and going to get me off that phone. So I'm just going to show you a couple pivots and a couple ways to open up a call. So we'll start with the ring, ring, ring.
Thank you for calling A&E Heating and Cooling. This is Mandy. How can I help you?
Hey, Mandy, this is Dana over Digital Branding Solution. I was actually just reaching out. I want to see if you had a few minutes. I actually found a few things that are extremely messed up right now in your Google Map listing. I'm not sure if you're aware of them. Are you?
No, not really, and I really don't have the time right now. Can you give a call back later, or?
Yeah, absolutely. Actually, I'm extremely busy myself. I'm actually calling to set up a 10-minute time that works best for you. The big thing is, honestly, I'm one of the top ranking SEOs right now in the country, and I can see with everything you have from your website to your Facebook that you guys take a lot of pride and have a lot of time in your online foundations here. But what I do is I actually once a week I'll reach out to a business and I'll find a couple things to where we can just give some tips and tweak them around, and you guys could actually be generating a lot more revenue. So kind of a free service I offer on my time, just to let you know where we could help. What's the best time to meet up for 10 minutes where you're in front of a computer and I can show you what I'm talking about?
I really don't know. I've got a lot going on right now. I guess maybe Tuesday around 3 o'clock, I guess.
Tuesday around 3 o'clock actually works perfect for me. That'll actually be right between two appointments. Is 3 o'clock on the dot work for you? Can you put that in your calendar for me?
Yeah, I can go ahead and do that.
Perfect. Thanks, Mandy. And quick question. I mean, do you handle like the digital decisions yourself, or did you build the websites? I mean, is this something you're in charge of?
Yeah, I'm kind of a one-man show over here.
Very nice. Well, you did a great job. Like I said, I love what I've seen so far. I can't wait to talk to you a little bit about it. I mean, are you the one that claimed the Google Map listing?
Yeah.
Have you ever logged into it?
No, actually, I have not.
Got it. Got it. Any reason, real quick? I just want to make sure that I have everything I need to be as quick as possible on Tuesday.
And I just got way too much going on doing everything here myself right now. So,
Got it. Way too much going on. I mean, is that a lot of client calls that you're tied up with, or is it just other stuff? I mean, are you putting your time in the right place?
yeah, client calls and just other business stuff. I really haven't had the time to go and check everything online.
Got it. Got it. Sounds good. I'll show you a few things, like I said, if you're logging in that we can fix right there on the call that'll actually generate more revenue for you. And real quick before I let you go, just one more question. I mean, as far as digital marketing goes, you said you do it all yourself. Do you do any kind of advertising right now at all to bring in clients from the internet?
I do AdWords, and that's about it.
Gotcha. I actually saw that, and it looks like you're doing some great work on there. Is it a company you're working with? Are you doing it solo, or how's that working for you? Or how are you honestly finding the time to run that?
I have a company doing it for me, and I just pay them.
Perfect. I'm guessing it was Yex from what I thought I saw. Is that right?
Yes.
Gotcha. All right, perfect. Well, I might be able to actually help you save a little bit of money there too, and generate more calls from that. But that's something that we can go over on that call. Is that if that's something if I showed you how to spend a little bit less with them and actually gain more clients from it? Is that something you'd be interested in hearing more about?
Yeah, and I really got to get going. So, is that something we could talk about on Tuesday when you give me a call?
Absolutely. So I'll talk to you Tuesday. I got you scheduled in now. I'm gonna actually send over the calendar link to you. I just want to make sure that you can be in front of a computer and on the phone. And I know you said you're a one man show. I just want to make sure so we're not wasting anybody's time. Do you have anybody else over there you bounce ideas off of, or that would want to hear something like this, or be a part of this conversation or decision? Honestly.
No.
Okay. Well, Mandy, I appreciate your time. Let me do my homework and do what I do best, and I'll see if I can bring some real value for you and help you make more revenue, actually spend more time talking to clients. How's that sound?
That sounds good.
So that was a quick role play on an open call, guys. Like I said, just pivot. Don't take no for an answer. Always ask the questions, and always bring those pain points mixed with things that you like or that you saw that it looks like they like. That way, they can start talking a little bit more. Usually, if you bring something that they did themselves and ask them questions about it, people love talking about themselves and they tend to open up, especially in the service industry. So I'll uh, I'll have some more lyrics available. Go ahead and reach out if you guys need anything. Like I said, I'm available. The free sales training I've done has had the person that did it closing by the end of that day. So I can definitely help you guys out. Free 15 minutes one on one. It'll be a phone call or a video conference. But if you're watching this video, I'm offering it to you. We could also talk about jumping in the digital sales solution, the subscription based sales training for the digital world. Thanks, guys.